Grade 1, in the previous video you see Mr. Smith using a basketball, which is a bigger ball. Everything you did in that lesson you could do with a tennis ball as well, okay? From the bouncing, still doing the bouncing, giving a bit of a harder slap, to the throwing and catching. All the activities you did, you could do the same thing with a tennis ball, okay? You might try, if you've got both at home, you might try with both balls, a big one and a small one. I didn't say in the last video, girls and boys, if you've got someone you're working with, whether it's mum, your dad, your guardian, brothers, sisters, whoever, you can start working with them too, and with the big ball, small ball, doing your chest passes, catching and throwing to each other. You can do some underarm passes with the big one. Same with the small ball. If you've got a wall you can use somewhere, what you can do is you can aim the wall, underarm at it, and practice your catching there. You can do overarm, catching the ball off the wall, keeping your eyes on the ball. If it's coming down low, getting down low, pinkies together. It's coming up high, which is usually the chest or shoulders above. You're getting that position there. Fingers up or fingers down. You've got to make that quick reaction time on how you're going to catch it. Big or small balls for those ones. Girls and boys, if you haven't got that at home, any balls, as I said, I think it was in week 1, use a sock. No problems at all. Whatever you can use, you use. If you've got some sort of racket at home, obviously Mr. Smith's very lucky. I've got a big shed here full of all sports equipment, but whether it be a paddle bat like this or a tennis racket, there's also lots of activities you can do that can help with your ball handling skills and your hand-eye coordination. If you haven't got these, you might want to use a book, for instance. I'm just going to walk out of the screen now. Girls and boys, you can even try using a book to do the same activities, whether it's for your balancing, whether it's for your tapping, whether it's crossovers. Try and doing it with a book. I'm going to show you with a paddle bat and the tennis racket today because I've got that equipment. But if you haven't got it, use something else. You might have to use a cricket bat. Who knows? Tennis racket, skills you can do by yourself. Start off with stationaries, elevators, going up, going down, up and down. Try not to let the ball come off. You go with the ball. Around the racket, rolling the ball around. Sideways. Once again, you're watching that ball and you're moving your arm and hand with it. Can you do the same thing with your opposite hand? Up and down, up and down. It's not an elevator, Mr. Smith, it's a lift. Can you do it with 2 hands? Same type of thing. Can you pancake it? This is a bit more difficult, grade 1, but have a go. Remember, if you don't succeed the first time, try again, try again. Keep having a go, keep focusing. Okay, with the pancake, all you're doing is you're holding your racket and you're flipping it up. You're trying to keep your racket still and the ball's coming down. If you flick it up and your racket's moving, just like we talked about catching, if you're going to go and meet it, 2 forces coming together, it's going to bounce out of your hand, or a good chance it will. So once again, you're watching the ball, trying to keep it straight, flick it up, not too high, and land it on the other side. It's called pancakes, girls and boys. You might go for a jog with the ball on your racket, around your space, backwards, forwards. You might do lunges. That's a hard one, trying to control the ball. Once you've done a few stationary things, girls and boys, start getting the ball to bounce. Now, I'll emphasise with a bouncing ball on a racket, a tennis racket, or a paddle bat, change to the paddle bat. Girls and boys, it's more about using your wrists. You want that wrist action going, because if you're using your arms, if you hit the ball on the angle, it's going to go away from you. Yes, you might have to extend and bring your arm back in or go around, but mainly to control it, it's your wrist. Holding your bat, fingers underneath is how I like to hold it, thumb on top for support, wrist. Little bat, tapping. When it comes to your bat, tap it back up. Don't want to go too high to start with, you want to go low. Can you change to your opposite hand? Have a go at that. I do suggest you try and master your preferred hand, whether that's right or left to start with, before you try your opposite hand. You might go a little bit higher. What's your record? How many can you do before you lose control and it hits the ground? You might go for a walk again. You might do your lunges. You might go backwards. So many variations. Back big racket, or if you're using a cricket bat or a book, you could change from doing the taps to actually doing the same but at the ground. Once again, it's a wrist action, grade 1. When the ball comes up, it's like a slap, you're just slapping it back down. Let the ball come up. Let it come up, don't go down to the ball. Once again, you might try your opposite hand, you might go for a walk, taking the ball for a walk. Backwards, forwards, sideways, it's up to you. You might do some hitting to start with, let it go up, and doing some tapping. So many variations. Once again, if you've got a wall you can hit the ball against, you can actually tap the ball against the wall, let it bounce back, and hit it back. You can't see the wall out of the shot here, but all I'm doing is underarms, hitting it at the wall, letting it bounce, come back, and going under. Have you got someone else at home that you can do it with who's also got a racket? Let's see how you go. That's the telephone. I'm not going to answer it, girls and boys, because Mr. Smith's doing this presentation for you. Basically, girls and boys, Sensei, girls and boys. I'll give her a call in a moment. So, girls and boys, there's lots of things you can do with the racket, okay? Once again, make sure you've got some space and you don't break anything in the house. Have fun, good luck, see how you go.